What's up, everyone? Hello, hello. If you're just tuning in, make sure to smash that like button. We're going to be discussing the last news clip from Apple Valley. We're just going to give it a little bit of time, let a few people get on so we can get this thing cracking. What's up, Sylvia? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How's it going? How's it going? Don't forget, everyone, here at Auditing Mabton, we hold government officials accountable and expose them to the world. So let's get down to this last news clip from Apple Valley and let's talk about it. See what you guys think about it. Let's get to it.
After 6 months of tumultuous meetings, the Mabton City Council got a break last night with a few people in the crowd.
But Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us the meeting's more frequent visitors missed a message from the new police chief.
At the end of the meeting, the new police chief got up to say a few words, including emphasizing the importance of staying calm during meetings.
You don't have the right to put me out in a council meeting. That's a lawsuit.
You don't tell me you, Maria.
She don't give a shit about this city.
The chief warning that misbehaving during council meetings could get a person charged with criminal contempt.
Disorderly, contemptuous, or insolent behavior committed during the sitting of the court or city council in its immediate view and presence and directly tending to interrupt its proceedings or to impair the respect due to its authority.
The city ordinance passed in 1984 applies to every person and also prohibits
Breach of the peace, noise, or other disturbance directly tending to interrupt proceedings.
criminal contempt, a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and up to $1,000 fine.
I know the public gets a little heated sometimes, but this is still a city council meeting, and that's our city ordinance. And I think it just needs to be read out loud. I think we just need a new fresh start in 2025.
The year starting off with a
Hold on, I have to interject real quick on that. Real quick. So he said that he feels like he needed to say this. But my thing is, why did he feel like he needed to say this? The reason why he said he needed to say this was because city council has gotten heated before. Mind you, there's always been police there. There's always been the chief. There's always been Sullivan. There's always been the sergeant. There's always been law enforcement in these council meetings. And they have never arrested anyone for redressing the government for their grievances. And why start now? Why? Is it because the mayor told this new police chief to say this? I don't know. So I did happen to speak to this new police chief, and when I questioned him before as to why he was terminated from Granger, he said he couldn't speak about it at the moment, but that he will provide an interview once he's able to, because at the moment there is a current lawsuit pending and active going on with the chief and Granger.
$1,000 raise for the new chief, who passed a background check last week.
From 77,000 to 80,000.
But with two council members absent, the council postponing the vote for this year's mayor pro tem and the chief's public swearing-in ceremony.
I agree with the chief. We're a new year. We need a fresh new start.
Unlike last year, Mabton is
Hold
starting
on.
off with a budget. But
Hold on. She said, I agree with the chief. We need a fresh new start. What fresh new start? Nobody forgot about anything that this corrupt mayor has done. There is no fresh new start. You know when the fresh new start would be? When she gets out of office. That's when the fresh new start will be. What's up, OGBT? What's up, bro? What's up? So that's when the fresh new start will start.
Questions remain over the city's finances.
Mayor Ruelas, I was just wondering if you would like to speak with me.
No comment. You see that?
Thank you.
Why not comment? Why not talk to the news reporter? Her mom was crying in my other video that why don't you talk why don't you say the good things my daughter has done? You know, the mayor's mom is a part of the council meeting, which is very weird, and to me that's a conflict of interest. But she's pretty much saying, why aren't you saying the good stuff of my daughter? And I mean, she's trying to get her side of the story, but as you see right here, no comment, no comment, no comment, no comment.
The Washington Supreme Court hasn't yet announced their decision on whether or not the first recall petition against Mayor Ruelas will be allowed to move forward. Reporting from the Acoma newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple.
So there is an active recall going on for this mayor to take her out of office. So hopefully that will happen sooner than later. And I will definitely keep you guys in the loop. Also, we're gonna go and we're gonna see the council meetings from the last one of last year, and we're gonna talk about that because I still haven't shown you guys, but we're gonna see it now. So bear with me.
It's gonna be 80 and Councilmember Isabel? Here. Councilmember Alberto?
Here.
Councilmember Delara? Here. And Councilmember Yellow?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna need a vote on the meeting agenda, but I'm going to amend the agenda to A1. And the new business for Public Safety Director, Interim Police Chief contract. Where's that going? New business A1. It'll be A1. Under new business. One, or gonna put F. It's gonna be A, and then there's A1. Excuse me? On new business? Yes, new business. Okay. Okay. So if I can get a motion? Big motion. I have a motion by Vera. Second by Diana. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. We're gonna go ahead and go down to 4, the consent agenda. There will be no discussion, separate of these items unless a council member requests separate discussion. The item will be removed from the consent agenda and added to the new business. So if I can get a motion A through D. And these are paid, warrants. With amendment to new business. I have them. I'm sorry. Hiring a public works safety director.
That's not part of the consent agenda.
Somebody else.
That's not part of the consent agenda.
Oh, I know. Okay. Make a motion to pass the consent agenda A through B. Okay. I have a motion by Vera. Second motion. Second by Diana. All in favor?
Discussion real quick. The original, Sylvia, the original agenda had E included. You said to move it down to old business 7, but it's not over here on the new one that you gave me.
It's on the top. On the second page. No.
The G and
Oh, because it doesn't say GNO over here. Main Street Construction?
Yeah.
It's all. Get rid of that. Okay.
So I had a motion by Diana, second. I mean, a motion by Vera, second by Diana, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We're gonna go ahead and go on to 5, visitors' comments. If anyone has any comments, please step up to the podium and state your name.
5 minutes, correct?
Yes.
I don't believe the microphone is on. Oh, there it is. Hello, my name is Emily Goodell and I live and work in Yakima County. I'm the Yakima Bureau Chief for Apple Valley News Now, and I have been spending the past 6 months reporting on the serious issues that are facing the city and how the decisions that your city government, the people of Mabton, affect your lives. I'm here today to speak directly to you, the people of Mabton, to ensure that you know that your city is in crisis. As it stands, your city remains part of an active police investigation into a fake robbery scheme this summer involving a city employee who allegedly cost the city $22,000, an employee who remains on paid administrative leave, getting paid out of your tax dollars.
Did you guys hear that? She's still getting paid. That employee that was arrested in June of last year, she's still on administrative paid leave. What do you guys think about that? So crazy. Keep listening because this is pretty interesting what this news reporter has to say.
Your city hasn't had its accounting in order since August of 2022, resulting in unreliable budgeting for 2023 and no budget at all for 2024 up until 2 weeks ago. Meaning that your city has been spending your taxpayer dollars with no plan or oversight all year long. Your city's own finance person has called the city unauditable, acknowledging that its accounting practices are so bad that there's no way to ensure an accurate budget for 2024 or 2025. In short, you don't know what your taxpayer dollars have been spent on or how much the city really has left. Your mayor is facing 2 separate recall petitions, one filed by many members of the city council and another filed by a citizen. Both have been appealed to the state Supreme Court, which is awaiting a decision on that and discussion. Despite my calling, emailing, showing up at City Hall at court hearings and council meetings to try to get answers for you, the people of Mabton, over the past 6 months, Mayor Rachel Ruelas has hung up on me, ignored calls and messages, and repeatedly walked away. She has also ignored many of your comments and questions
You heard that?
from city council members as well at public meetings, and has amassed so much power as an individual that thanks to her, as of Monday evening, you no longer have a police force. Multiple sources have told me that the mayor showed up to the police department on Monday with a locksmith and demanded your last remaining police officer give her unsupervised access to the
Listen
police
to this.
department building. He refused and handed in his resignation. But instead of letting him work for another 2 weeks, the mayor reportedly told him to hand over his badge and get out immediately. The keys to the police building where they store evidence are now in the mayor's hands, while she is still under investigation for a fight that occurred at a local restaurant in the fall. Now, if you, a citizen of Mabton, call 911 for a robbery or shooting, the sheriff's office will show up, but you don't know how long it's going to take. And they are.
Hold on. So right before the mayor fired Sullivan, because she didn't really fire him. He quit. He put in his resignation, and then she gave him the whole "you can't quit, you're fired." So right before the mayor also did this stunt, there was an investigation with the mayor's son, who is also involved in a gang here in Mabton. As you've seen in my other videos, there was a gang member who was affiliated with her son, and they try to steal my phone because I guess they don't like what I'm doing. They don't appreciate the exposure. But you know, if you're not a corrupt person, then you don't have to worry about being exposed. However, this is just this is getting very interesting.
According to the sheriff's office, going to bill the city for each of those services. And if you call 911 for anything that's not an immediate threat, like trespass.
So the mayor's son is also under investigation for stalking me while I was driving out with my family. And the mayor just happened to fire Sullivan, and then she demands the keys to the police department so that way she could have unsupervised access in the Mabton Police Department, where she can do God knows what. There's the evidence room that had no supervised, it was unsupervised, and she had access to all of that for 24 hours.
Passing, theft, or burglary, dispatchers will still pick up, but no one will be coming to help you. You pay taxes to the city so that you can have your own police department, a well-functioning city government, and leaders who listen to you. Apple Valley News now has been showing up again and again to make sure you know what's happening in your city, and we will keep showing up, and we are not going away because we are on your side. Your mayor is not listening to you, and nothing is going to happen until the people of Mabton decide no more and demand the answers that she owes you. Thank you. Anyone else?
Start rolling your eyes. I can see it already. Here we go. Well, she just got done saying it's all facts. You know it. I know it. Everybody here knows it. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's gone way overboard. I think you're being irresponsible. I think you're not doing right to the citizens of Mabton. I wish more people would attend these so they can voice their opinions.
Listen to this guy.
It wouldn't be good. You can sit there with the smirk on your face all you want, just like you did with Emily, just like you're doing with me. I could care less. The truth is that you're not fit for this job. What you need to do is you need to step down. The sooner the better, because this has gotten way, way out of hand. And I'm freaking tired of it. Not only me, but everybody else. Your mom's tired of it. She can't tell me she's not because I know she is. Sophie's tired of it. Lola's tired of it. Vera's fed up with it. Judy's fed up with it. They're all fed up with it. Rachel, enough's enough, man. Now you have access to a police department with no police officers. You walk in there and you do something to any type of evidence, Rachel, that throws all those cases out of court. And I think that's what your intentions are. Because you're afraid to fess up to the truth. You're afraid to admit to your wrongs. You know, and for being a grown-ass woman, that is totally uncalled for. You know what? You took this job on because you felt like you could handle the responsibility. Well, I hate to say it, but you're doing a very weak job of it. And I'm only being nice. I'm being kind right now because I could say a lot more. You know, but enough's enough, Rachel. You know, things got to change. And right now, they ain't changed it for nothing but the worse. We don't have a police department. What are we supposed to do now? You know what? I'm going to tell you guys right now. If somebody comes into my property, I'll take it upon myself to deal with it my own way. And if I have to pay the consequences after that, then I'm willing to do that. I don't know how other people feel about it here in Mabton. There is a lot of people here in Mabton that are elderly, that live by themselves. What are they supposed to do if something happens to them? What are they supposed to do if they get broken in at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and they're the only ones there? Who are they supposed to call? How long is the response going to be? An hour, 2 hours before anybody shows up? By then, who knows what could possibly happen to them? You know, these are things that you have to take in consideration, and you're not. Because it seems to me like you just don't care. You have a family. You have somebody that can protect you if something goes down. A lot of people here in Mabton don't. You know, and it seems like you could care less about that. You know what? I am a concerned citizen. I really am. And I believe in this town. And I care for the people in this town. And I'm going to stick up for the people in this town. You know, but you aren't. I go, if my neighbor calls me and says, Ruben, I'm getting broken into, goddamn right, I'll be the first one over there. I could care less what happens to me. I will protect them. Because as a citizen, I feel like that is part of my duty to help my Mabton citizens in whatever happens. You might not feel that way, but I do. Things need to change. You actually need to step down, and the sooner the better. I don't care what anybody else thinks, but that's my personal opinion. And I think a lot of people here in Mabton feel the same way. So you know what? I wish you would take it into consideration. I know it's all about pride, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta let pride slide, man. You just gotta forget about pride and say, you know what? Maybe I will do the best what's best for Mabton and step aside and let somebody else take the reins and see what they can do with it. But you're not wanting to admit that. And that's the sad part about it. Because you're seeing it through your eyes. You're not seeing it through the eyes of the residents. That's all I have to say. Oh, and another thing. We're getting a new police officer supposedly. I think this is the gentleman right here. I would like to ask him a couple of questions. If this is a gentleman that you're considering of hiring as the chief of police on a temporary basis, then I would like to ask him a couple of questions. Why can't I? I'm paying for it. I'm a taxpayer. My taxes are going to be paying his wages, so I have all the rights to ask him questions.
Listen to this, guys.
But you're gonna be. Huh? Okay, here's my question. Here's my public comments to this. If you do hire an interim police chief, what's he gonna get paid? Do we have enough money to cover his costs? Is he gonna get traveling pay since he lives in Zilla? Huh? Is he gonna be working days, strictly days? How many hours is he gonna work a day? Is he gonna work at nights? We don't have no cops. We don't have a day cop, we don't have a night cop. So what's his shift gonna be? Half and half? Even that's not even enough for one person.
Guys, if you're just tuning in, hit that like button. Now we have Maria speaking.
Suggestions. We all know that we're dealing with an inept, corrupt mayor. We know that. Okay, we know that she's brought the city to its knees. She's being investigated for several reasons, and now to have knowledge that she has access to the evidence room. Yeah, she continued to laugh. Ruben, what you were asking for her to step down, she has no integrity to do that. She has no honor to do that. Even when people are crying and pleading to have her step down, she won't do it because she don't give a shit about the city. She's a narcissist. She's mentally ill. She really belongs in a locked room. Yeah, you do, Rachel. You're sick. You're absolutely sick.
She is sick.
So what I would suggest to the council is that at some point during this meeting, you all suspend the rules so you can have a discussion with your attorney, with each other, and with your public to answer the questions about safety and security and access around this issue with the evidence room and the police department, because apparently she can compromise access for the next year to come by the fact that she has changed those locks and has access to those keys. So I'm asking you all to do what's right as a council, Vera, suspend the rules with your council members and have an open discussion and dialogue in front of your public and talk about the security issues and the access issues. because she is involved in several investigations, and the fact that she has access to that evidence room just speaks volumes. When you know that she's absolutely corrupt. And your time is coming, Rachel. At the very least, in May, you will, or in February, you will be gone. And I'm so glad that we'll have some effort in that. We're going to be, in fact, just to let you know, we canvass the area during election season, and typically the number of doors that we should be canvassing in the amount of time that we dedicate any specific area, like 4 hours, should be like maybe, I don't know, over 100 doors. We couldn't get past 15 doors here in Mabton because everybody wanted to talk about when she was going to be gone. Every single door that opened their doors to us wanted to know when she was going to be gone. So it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to get her out with the petition. But it's really incredibly pathetic that you could sit there knowing your entire city wants you gone and you won't leave with all of the damage that you've created for the city. You know how many years it's going to take for the city to recover because of you? Well, you're sitting there in your ineptness collecting a $1,700 check on the backs of your taxpayers here. It's absolutely disgusting and pathetic. So council, please consider suspending the rules so you guys can have a discussion with the public.
We're gonna go ahead and go on.
Hi, my name is Beatriz Campos. That's all I was supposed to say.
Look who comes in, guys. Look who comes in the back, guys.
That, if she can answer a question, because all the ones I come to, she never answers anybody's questions. What's going to happen to the person or the persons that stole the people, the Mabton's money when it was robbed?
Crickets, crickets.
Do we know what's going on?
Crickets, crickets. Crickets.
Oh. I see. Okay.
Yeah, she sees the
I just wanted to
BS.
get some questions on that. That's all.
Of course, no answers as usual.
Really bad for you, Rachel. I really do. You said things to me when you were running for mayor, and you did this stuff, but then after that, you just didn't do nothing. You just ruined Mabton,
Mm-hmm.
to tell you the truth. Don't you have a little dignity? You know, I live here. Your mom lives here, your grandma lives here, everybody lives here. I mean, we grew up together here. Why are you doing this? Mabton was such a good town to be in, and now we don't need a police officer. Now it's scary to be here. This is like random people out of here. I don't know what you're doing, but you gotta change, Rachel. That's all I gotta say.
You see, it's not just me, guys. Listen to the people, man. But let's see. Look who's coming up right now. Look, who's this person right here?
Hi, my name is Christopher Vargas. Live at 807 6th Street here in Mabton. And I'm here to comment on behalf of the city on the corruption that I've been reporting for the past year and a half now. I'm sure anyone here that lives in Mabton can positively say that the mayor needs to be out of office. She needs to be in jail, and she needs a mental evaluation, because what she is doing, yeah, laugh it up, because what she is doing is very unprofessional. Look at her right now, laughing. I'm not laughing. No one here is laughing, Rachel. Okay? And I want to say that she tried to get 3 protection orders on me, all of which were denied. Okay? All of them.
That's me,
And
guys.
Try to get one on Maria as well, someone who's trying to help the city of Mabton. How dare you? Shame on you. Okay? Shame on you. Then I know your son was involved in setting my car on fire. Okay?
Look at her.
My car was set on fire. And then the fire department came to my house. They put out the fire. I was never notified. They knocked on my door because I saw the cameras. Wouldn't somebody here like to know if their property was on fire? I had no idea until like 12 hours later when I went to go look at my car and it was already charred. It was black. Then I find out that her son is also a part of a gang, right? Who is friends with this fat guy that tried to steal my phone, okay? Phone's right here. He didn't steal it, but he tried to steal it. And I found out that all of that ties to you, Rachel.
Look at her move.
Okay?
Look at this.
Look at her laughing nervously. That's a nervous laugh, everybody. Take a good look at her. Laughing. Yup. Everybody sees right through you. And you're going to go down. Okay? You're going to go down. That's all I got to say.
Anything else? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move
Order
on.
me, Mabton. Let's
We're gonna
change the
go
strap,
here
everybody.
and move on. Do we have, A?
Then I bounced.
Public hearing for the final budget. So is Jameson on? Jameson, we're gonna try and bring you back on, please. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. The volume's pretty low, but I can hear you. Can you hear me well?
Oh, so real quick, this woman here, she was fired from Sunnyside for corruption as well, and for misappropriated millions of dollars, tax-paying dollars.
Okay.
The population in Mabton is 2,500, more or less.
Do the budget that's presented, did you want me to give a brief, or are we just going to go right into public comments?
Let's do a brief on it, please.
Sure. The budget that is presented for council approval is as accurate as can be with the financial information available right now. It was based on the 2021 budget, which was the last time that the city has a complete financial report on file with the state.
As accurate as it can be, as accurate as it can be. That to me doesn't sound pretty accurate. I'm just saying, as accurate as it can be, doesn't really sound
Auditor's
pretty
office.
accurate.
And then adjusted for inflation.
Jameson?
Yes.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that last portion that you said about the auditor's office?
Oh, the budget, this budget was based on the 2021 budget, which is the last financial year that there are financial reports filed with the state auditor's office. I am working, that's part of the projects I am working on getting 2022 and 2023 done so that they are filed, but at this point they are not. So we started with 2021, adjusted for inflation and known factors to come up with this proposed 2025 budget. It has been updated with as much information as we have. It is an operations and maintenance budget at this time. There aren't any capital projects listed in the budget, but they can be added as council takes action on capital projects as they come up. I highly suggest that the council pass this budget for operating expenses so that you can operate legally as you move into 2025.
Any questions? Anybody have anything to add? Okay, Jameson, there's nobody wants to add anything to this. So
I'm pretty good, Gunther. How about you, man? Don't forget, hit that notification bell. I got more content coming out soon, very soon. Definitely, Batman.
Yeah, nobody voted over here for public comment. I said it twice.
I thought you were.
Yeah, you
after
referred
that.
to the council.
I thought you were talking to us. I thought you were talking to us, though.
I said it twice. Anyone
No,
has
you
anything
did
to
it.
add?
You need to reopen it.
There's misunderstanding.
Okay.
You reopen.
Okay, we'll go ahead and reopen for public
Guys, if you're
comment.
just tuning in, smash that like button, hit the emojis. It helps the algorithm so we can spread out this corruption. Now we got my boy Ruben.
I have a question. You know, Jameson gets paid, I don't know what, 150, 175 an hour? Why isn't she here to any of the council meetings? Why is it over Zoom? Why can't she be present? You know, she's gonna get paid the same amount sitting at home as she would sitting in here. At least this sitting here, people will know who she is.
The contract is, I think she gets paid double when she shows up.
What kind of contract is that? Who wrote up that? Did anybody really think about this before it was signed? That's ridiculous. She's gonna get paid, what, $300 or $300 to be here? So she prefers sitting at home at 175 that we're paying, us taxpayers are paying, without a budget? Somebody dropped the ball on this one. There's no way that should have ever been approved. There's no way. I don't know why it was approved.
You had to hire somebody to fix this budget, otherwise we'd be a mess in 2025.
Everything is negotiable, Sophie. Everything is negotiable. Her price should have been negotiated.
How did we then do this?
What was that?
But everything would have been put in a mess still in 2025 if we hadn't hired somebody to do this.
It's a mess right now.
Well, 2024 is finally passed.
Yeah, but it's still a mess.
Well, it is, but she's trying to fix it.
So what did we
got
gain?
3 years back to go back and look at all the.
Appreciate it, Mr. Wayne.
And all the stuff that wasn't done properly in the last 3 years. She's got a lot of work to do. It
Yes,
has
she
to
does.
be done.
Yes, she does. And I think at $175, I think that's adequate enough for the work that she has to do.
All right, Gunther. I appreciate it, man. Take care, bro.
Where you come
Take
up
care,
with
man.
$350
Be
for her to
safe.
be here, to be present here at a council meeting, that is totally ridiculous. I mean, that is, I don't know how you guys, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how you guys approved that. There's no way you guys should have approved that, because that's a lot of money for one person.
We're here to talk about the budget.
I have 5 minutes. Well, I have as much time as I want. This does have to do with the budget. This does have to do with the budget. Her wages, your wages has to do with the budget.
Yup.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't understand. She wants you guys to approve.
Appreciate that,
2025
Mr. Wayne. I
budget.
really do.
When you guys are not even sure about the 24 budget, you should amend the 24 budget. That budget, that 24 budget shouldn't even have been approved. She sits here and tells you guys need to approve this budget. You guys don't need to do anything that you guys don't feel you should have to do. You guys have the right to deny that. But why you guys giving into this, to what they're saying? I don't know. I don't understand it. What's wrong with saying, no, we're not gonna approve the 24 budget? What's gonna happen? It can't get no worse than it is already. So, you know, what could possibly happen?
You're speaking
What could
facts.
possibly happen if you guys don't approve the 25 budget? Can't get no worse than it is already. So what's the difference? Why don't you guys have them work on the budget, try to fix it as much as possible, and then take into
What's
consideration
up,
whether it's
Patola?
approvable or not. But until then, you shouldn't.
There's no timing.
We're not on a time limit. We're not on a 5-minute time limit here.
No, that's why I told them there's no timing.
So why you cutting me off? She did.
Okay, go on.
But that's what I understand. This budget needs to get straightened out before it gets approved. You guys don't have a clue.
Hold on. So
to how much money is
the council member just interrupted Ruben. Would that be considered a criminal act? Would the police chief arrest one of the council members or the mayor for interrupting? I don't think so. I don't think so. But they will to the public.
for 25. But you've already allocated money for departments that you don't even know if you're gonna have that money to be able to allocate it to these departments. So I don't understand it. This is what this whole thing's about, is approving something that we're not even sure that we have available to approve. So why not just amend it and leave it at that and wait till she figures it all out and then approve it? At least this way you guys know where you stand financially. Because right now, It's just an estimate. That can go into the red. Those numbers that are on that budget form, those can turn into red. Right now, it's just an estimate. They're just guessing at what you might have. That's not saying that that's what you actually have. So how can you guys approve stuff like that? Just because somebody tells you to do something, that doesn't mean you have to do it. If she tells you jump off the bridge, you want to jump off the bridge? I wouldn't.
I don't know how to swim. But anyway, this is just a budget, Ruben. If this is what we're budgeting to spend on this stuff. If we don't have it, we don't need it, we're not gonna spend it. This is just a budget, an estimate of what we may need to spend and may spend.
Sophie.
Doesn't mean we will spend it.
Sophie, there's money being spent right now that you don't even know if you have. So how can you sit there and say that?
Check the balances, but
How can you sit there and say that?
I'm sure if we had money in the bank to pay for these checks, these bills, we do. We just don't wanna spend it all.
How much is all? Do you know how much all is?
Jameson? Do you have any certain question on a certain item, anything?
I'm not gonna get no answers, man. This is a lot of
Trying to
space.
answer you, Ruben.
Anyone else?
It's
Like to
frustrating.
ask
It's frustrating.
something?
It really is.
Anyone else want to make public comment on the agenda?
Any questions on the budget, Martha?
All right, we're gonna go ahead and close this at 7:46. If we're gonna go ahead and go on to A, for GNO, for the mayor to approve and accept as complete the city Main Street improvement project and to proceed on the project without WashDOT and TIB. Julio?
It's just,
Just get closer.
oh, closer.
Thank you.
Sorry. It's just a requirement that please do any project.
I don't know who this guy is. I'm gonna fast forward this guy. Get to the other juicy parts.
For a probationary period.
Come on. I approved it years ago and was back here when the former mayor was here as well. And he.
Don't let her do her bidding.
We just need to get that motion passed. Please. If I can get a motion. On the approval of the resolution, please.
Can you explain what the remaining balance is going towards?
James.
Really having a hard time hearing you. To take, if we cannot, so this allows us.
Carried. We're gonna go ahead and go on C. All in favor?
By RCW, it is set about not having a police department, but not passing a budget does not make it any easier for you to get a police department when you can't make expenditures legally. It will make it worse. That was provided.
So the citizens have time to comment on some of the stuff that
I answered the same as they did, and it.
he still has his,
All right, so Rupert's
credentials.
back.
Still an active police officer.
I saw you telling her my name, Diane. I just saw you. I saw you look at Sylvia and you go.
Diane is the mayor's mom on the console.
About the comment. I can speak whenever if I want. Why do you have to tell her that it's me at the podium? No, you just told her. You go, approve it. Why you do things like that? Why do you have to do things like that?
Tyrant. That's why.
Yeah.
Tyrants.
Hey, now this gentleman's hired.
Yes,
Now he can answer my questions. Right?
yes, I believe so.
Where were you working at before?
Ranger
And were you a police officer? For how long?
for 6 years.
Were you employed right now?
I am now.
Come on. Were you employed
I'm
in
not trying to
Granger?
be smart. I'm not.
Were you employed in Granger as of today?
Oh,
As
no.
of yesterday?
No, no.
How long have you been unemployed?
For a year,
Why aren't you
Look at this.
in the city of Granger anymore?
because I was terminated.
Why were you terminated?
Okay, that's enough.
No, it's not.
No, we're not.
No,
going
it's
to
not.
that.
No, it's not. I have all the rights to ask whatever questions I want. Ask the lawyer if that's not right.
It's not a real public discussion situation. You don't have.
So there, Rachel. Get your gavel again. Get your gavel again.
He was unemployed for 1 year, Mr. Wayne.
Yeah, I'm sure he understands.
He was unemployed for
Don't
1
worry about
year.
it, Rachel. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him.
Make this civil, not an interrogation, please.
It's not an interrogation.
Pull it down like
No, it's not, because if you guys weren't questioning this past, why can't we? How are you gonna hire somebody that, the first person that applied, how are you gonna hire that person? Did you guys literally interview him?
From what I understand, is they've been speaking to him for a
Who
few
has?
months.
Who has?
The city.
Who's the city? Who's the city? Rachel? Without you guys being informed. But she expects you guys to hire him right here on the spot.
Attorney and the city.
Hired him without a
Why
background
is
check.
somebody else included in everything? Why aren't you guys included?
She is basically the city administrator, but she's called the city clerk. She's the one that runs the city.
It's not an interrogation. They're just
That's
questions.
what it feels like.
It depends on how you look at it.
He used to be here before. He used to be our
That's
intern.
beside the point. That's beside the
Like
point.
5 years ago.
That's beside the. You guys here?
He worked for RMC twice.
Okay, my question is, why was he terminated from Granger? That's my question. There's gotta be a reason behind it.
It's a valid question.
I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you. I'm asking him. Why are you guys doing a background check after the fact that you hired him?
Because we have no police officers now. We can get in big trouble for not having any police.
So whose fault is that?
Well, that's not I know it's someone's fault. but-
Okay, so because of that, we're gonna hire the first person.
It's the
that
city's
applied.
fault. The mayor's fault.
Worked here a few times before.
So if it's okay with her to hire whoever she wants, but it's not okay for us to question her hirings. So we're the ones that are paying his wages. Hold up, but we're the ones paying his wages. It's not okay for us to question it,
Question her hiring, but we can't do anything about it.
but
She
we can
hired.
question him on his past.
I don't know if you get that personal with the person. I don't know.
Pardon me?
I don't know if you get that personal with him. I don't know why you should.
It's up to
why
him
you
whether he
would
wants to
want-
answer the questions or not.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I can ask him any question I want.
Yes, you could.
So if he wants to answer my question, it's totally up to him. But if he doesn't answer it, then it's kind of, like, hey, wait a minute, why aren't you willing to answer a simple question like that? Why were you terminated from Granger?
I'll talk to you after the.
We can do that. We can do that. Okay? We can do that. But I don't want her around when we talk. Huh? And this will be totally between me and you. This ain't got nothing to do with the lawyer. This ain't got nothing to do with the council. This ain't got nothing to do with Rachel. Okay? It'll be between me and you. Okay? You got it. Okay. Thank you.
We'd still like to know about the issue that was just reported today about.
I think you can come up here and ask that question.
So real quick. So I wonder if the chief ever told Ruben after the meeting why he was terminated. When I asked the chief why he was terminated, he told me he couldn't talk about it, but then he told Ruben he was going to tell him after the meeting. So that to me is a contradiction. I would have to bring that up to him next time, and next time I will be documenting for you guys. So stay tuned for that, guys. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell button so you guys will be the first one to see the content.
We'd still like to know about the issue that was reported today about Rachel changing the locks within the police department. Her want or desire to have access to the evidence room when she's also under investigation. Ben, any response to how to prevent her from tampering with anything?
Of course, no response.
I don't know anything about changing locks.
Yeah, doesn't know anything.
Can't respond to that.
Is that not what was reported today?
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Did you change the locks, Rachel?
You want to answer that, Steve? Because we've had conversations that.
Did you change the locks, Rachel?
No, I did not.
You did not.
Nope. Locks have not been changed.
and I have witnesses.
You have access to an evidence room.
No, I do not have access to the evidence room. Nobody has
What sort of
access.
surveillance exists right now to monitor anybody who
The
has
mayor's lying.
access to the police department and its evidence room?
I don't think anybody,
We don't.
we shouldn't.
Yeah. We don't. Everything gets handed to county is my understanding, because I had to call it in last night. If you let me know I needed to call it in, and I did. And I believe Yadil sent an email today, not just to myself, but to everybody involved. So everything
She's
that you
lying.
Here tonight is nothing but lies. They're not even.
No, it was reported today.
Well, you know what? It was lies.
Are they lies?
Wow.
And I'm not gonna answer any more questions.
Wow. And I'm not going to answer any more questions. You see that? This is the mayor.
No, I have nothing to hide.
Yeah, you're under
Oh,
investigation.
you got Ken doing all your bidding, okay?
If the mayor's lips are moving, she's definitely lying.
Yes, I have questions for you.
Definitely.
This is Emily Goodell with Apple Valley News Now again. I just wanted to clarify the reporting that she's talking about is my reporting. And I spoke to sources who confirmed that when Officer Sullivan left, that his keys to the department building were left with Rachel. And I
see
did
that?
speak to Udell. I did an interview with him earlier today. And I asked him, I think it was about 11 a.m. today. And I asked him, has the city reached out to you at all? And have you heard anything from them? And he did tell me that no, he had not heard anything from the city of Mabton, and that he would be reaching out to you later in the day. And this was about 11 a.m. So I just wanted to clarify what was reported. Thank you.
Who's lying now?
Good clarification, Emily.
Well, I don't have the keys.
Who's lying now?
I don't answer to you, Ruben. You're not even supposed to be talking to me, so I'll make sure I take this video of your behavior tonight to court.
Oh my
No,
God,
because you
shut
know
up.
what? No, he was told in court he is not to get out of hand or he will be banned. Yes, he will. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, with that, we're gonna go ahead and any more council.
Going after all these government corrupt officials, Mike Webb, every one of them.
So, congratulations, Steve, on being in chief, and we will see you tomorrow morning. We will get back to the office right now so we can get everything straightened out with you. Thank you.
All right, guys. So that was this council meeting. Now we're going to go to the most recent one where the chief said his dire warning, his ominous warning to the residents that if they're disorderly or if they're interrupting, that they will get arrested and criminally charged. So let's check that out. Then we're going to conclude this session. Let's go check it out.
During council session.
Yeah, my packet.
Mary, the alternate. Favor?
Appointing the delegate members.
Motion by Sophie. Any opposed? We are at 9.
Yeah.
So,
Trying to find the clip, guys. Just bear with me.
okay.
All right, right here. Listen to this, guys.
Brief mayor and the council about our city ordinance during council sessions. And I'm just gonna read, this is from our city code here. It's code 9.12.130, and it's called criminal contempt. It says every person who commits a contempt of court or of city council or of any one of the following kinds is guilty of criminal contempt. And number one, the first one says disorderly, contemptuous, or insolent behavior committed during the sitting of the court or city council in its immediate view and presence and directly tending to interrupt its proceedings or to impair the respect due to its authority. And number two, breach of the peace, noise, or other disturbance directly tending to interrupt the proceedings of a court, jury, the referee, or city council meeting. I just wanted to bring that up to council. You know, I know the public gets a little heated sometimes, but this is still a city council meeting. And that's our city ordinance. I think
it just needs to be read out loud. I think we just need a new fresh start in 2025.
Thank you, Chief.
And that's that. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comment section. And to address this guy, Art Love, edited what videos? We dropped the link. Check it out. Don't take my word for it. It's all there. If you say I edited it, that means they edited it. But it's live, as you guys can see. Maybe this guy's related to the mayor. Petro, for real. That's a fact. Petro, how those boots taste? So yeah, guys. So that's that. Guys, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned to the next one. I got more content coming out. It's gonna be a banger. All right, guys. So this is why I do what I do. All right. So stay tuned to the next one. Peace. Peace.